Angry Bird stream, and Angry Bird said that he believes JP and Luke to have the best buttons in the game. So we shall see how Uriel Velorio kind of maneuvers around that, right? He's definitely got some advantages, he being Luke in this instance, on Ken on the ground, but he doesn't have a full access to his kit, right? Because he's in modern controls.
Right. Interesting. I mean, actually, now that I think about it, Solvng goes for that route a lot, and now that I think about it, it might be a limitation of modern. I have to remember what he loses in modern here, because I remember Luke actually doesn't lose much. He's almost like he was specifically designed to be a modern controls kind of character.
I could definitely see them putting a little bit more care into his modern control scheme, just because he's like the new poster boy, right? Like he's like very much the modern Ryu in terms of like the Shoto style. So
exactly. Oh, there we go. Fake the throw loop instead. Got the meaty, and there's the throw. Now another throw. Yep, he went for it, but good tech.
I mess with that, bro. Throw until they tech. Throw until you make me not throw.
Exactly.
Oh, reacts at the end. Well done from Solvng right there.
Oh boy, man. Okay. I mean, again, that's not modern. That's the same reaction that we all gotta have.
Exactly.
So nicely done right there.
No privilege there, fam.
Oh, that's reaction. No fireballs for you.
I was gonna say, there's the privilege that we were talking about.
No soup for you. Oh my God. All right. So now you got to think about this, right? If he shows you that, now how are you going to open up your own fireball game at this point? You're going to have to do the, fakes.
Yeah. And yeah, maybe he'll try to look for some type of meaty setups with the projectile, right? So make sure it's on top of him. So even if he busts out with the level 1, he'll still get hit.
Yeah, but we're not seeing, so the one thing that we're not seeing from Uriel Velorio is just whipping some jabs or something like that from the fireball range, right?
Exactly. Like even right there, I was expecting him to throw one, but he just sees the green reacts with his own level 3.
If they've got that meter over there, they can still cancel the drive rush, so it's very risky if they have that level 3 stocked up and ready to go.
Deletes so much of his life right there. Burns him out as well, but he got thirsty for the drive impact. This is a huge opportunity for Soul. Burns Ken out now as well.
But Soul just gained the level 1. He just gained it. Not enough to kill. But Chip is a threat. And what?
The modern controls, baby, reacting to the Dragon Lash. Get that out my face.
Oh my God. Yeah, he was just sick. Like, you know what? No, I am modern.
I am the modern man.
Yeah, exactly.
Eat your heart out, Steve Austin. He was the $6 Million Man, right? That's an old reference. I never watched that show.
Oh, the $6 Million Man?
Yeah, wasn't his name Steve Austin? That's where I thought Stone Cold got it from.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. You know what? I know that show is... I mean,
nobody knows what the hell I'm talking about anyway.
That show was my time. I mean, I know what you were talking about, but I never watched it.
Gotcha, yeah.
It's too busy watching the modern shows like Bewitched and, and...
Was it all I Dream of Jeannie?
Oh, yeah, I Dream of Jeannie. No,
I love I Dream of Jeannie.
Bewitched is better, so.
Oh, word?
Elizabeth Montgomery? Oh,
I was a sucker for the nose twitch.
Oh, okay.
I'll give it up.
Yeah, I mean, Bewitched, Elizabeth Montgomery, probably my first celebrity crush.
Oh,
I'll admit it.
Shout out. I was a Sabrina the Teenage Witch. That was kind of my era, you know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
But here we go, Solvng. Oh yeah, the light string on the lows, always opening up the opponents, trying to walk back. You can see right there, Uriel, a great conversion off of the stand heavy kick. Shouts to Tasty Steve for giving me to say hard kick.
We just blame everything on Tasty Steve. That's how it works. So
the good and the bad.
Oh. Again, that standing heavy punch from Ken is like one of the best shimmy tools there is. And here we go. Solvng finally goes for the flash knuckle sequence right there.
And just put the meaty stand fierce on him. Actually timed it so he got the counter hit on Uriel. But oh no, Uriel again trying to press stuff on these drive rushes.
Oh no, he didn't get the... Oh, actually, he didn't need it. Okay. I was like, he missed the perfect... Oh, wait, that's right. Yeah. Luke has about 7,000 combo routes in the corner.
All good.
Oh, try to sneak that in there. Oh, and he's got a good heavy punch for Shimmy as well.
Oh, again, the level 1 as soon as the fireballs come out, bro, just deleting them.
Again, that's 6 frames. He has the fastest level 1. I don't think there's anyone that's faster than 6 frames. I think DJ's is just as fast, but it starts deleting projectiles in 6 frames, dude. So that thing is hella fast.
Yeah, like the fireball already has to be on top of his face for it to not come out.
Well, here we go, a level 3 from Uriel, cashing out right here, trying to get to round number 2. That just evens up the life, though.
Yeah, so, just DPs through it. He was going to get burned out from the chip anyway, so he's like, instead of parrying, I'm just going to DP through it, bro.
That's really smart. Okay. Back to this neutral here, and this is good for Solvng because he's building a lot of that gauge back, but that heavy kick was punishable, and Uriel did not take advantage. Woo! Oh, no.
Bro, the fireballs are getting checked by the modern controls. We have learned via level 1, and now level 3 will make sure you do not forget it.
Right, and so like I said, this is not something that you had to worry about as much with a lot of the modern Street Fighters, right?
Yeah.
So back in the day, faking fireball was such an important thing, and that is a skill that we learned, and I feel like this is something that Uriel's got to pick up now. He's got to do the quarter circle forward nothing motions, because the hard thing is you can't quarter circle forward light kick because you come out with the Jinrai instead, right?
Exactly, yeah.
But you can quarter circle forward nothing, or maybe even just whiff some jabs or something like that.
Do like a down forward into a jab, you know what I mean? Like something that will simulate the motion but won't actually be a quarter circle forward. Yeah, like definitely something along those lines. But right now, because he's getting caught, he's getting clipped by these modern control supers. And great stuff. This is exactly why you pick this scheme, right? If you want to just kind of sit back, play a solid footsie game, and react to everything that your opponent doing, I mean, that could be the ideal control scheme to go for.
Yeah, I mean, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, you know, it takes away the execution, da-da-da-da. I mean, it's really not that much. That's not the advantage of modern controls. The advantage of modern controls is just the speed at which you can do everything,
absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
One frame, button press, level 1. I don't have to go quarter, you know, like that's the biggest advantage right there. In fact, you know, in the past, I've even some of my balance change ideas for older games like Alpha 3, I always said, you know, just add double quarter circle back before you have to do custom combos. And that changes how custom combos are entirely, you know?
Yeah, it's something that I think we don't talk about on commentary enough. And to be fair, it's a very hard thing to recognize in the moment. But sometimes people get hit in the middle of inputting an input. You know what I mean? Like in the middle of doing their motions, like sometimes people get hit. And that's something that you have to worry about way less on modern controls, right? Because it's just like a direction and a button or just a button itself. So because of that, I mean, that's one of the kind of little windows that people get clipped in that kind of get the lead into modern control, something you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, one of the most famous ones is when you see someone jump and at the last second they get hit by the jump attack when they crouch.
Yeah,
it's because they were trying to DP and they hit the button a little too late.
Exactly.
So that's like one of the most famous ones for sure.
So that's just one of those things that Solvng doesn't really have to worry about, right? And that's another thing that kind of frees up space in your mental game, right? That's another advantage of it, that a lot of the time when you don't have to dedicate all this brain power to being super on point with your reactions and inputting this motion as soon as you see something, when you can kind of just reliably be like, okay, like if I see something, boom.
Yeah.
Right? That just kind of gives you a sense of confidence. It lets you worry about other things and just kind of let your reactions take the driver, the wheel.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, like, even when I'm burned out and I want a level 1 super or drive impact, like, I'll pump the super, and then they don't do it, but then half a second later they do it, and I'm like, it's too late to do another one. Yeah, so it's, it definitely affects you.
And you could telegraph, right? When you're buffering like that, you're telegraphing what you're doing to the opponent. And like you said, then the opponent can tailor their timings around when they don't have to worry about that. So that's another thing that modern schemes, you don't have to do that. You don't have to like buffer in a motion and make yourself predictable. So great stuff to Sol so far. And Uriel, he's going to have to figure something out. He can't rely on these fireballs like you usually would as Ken, right? Like even as a poke from that range, like it's just not as viable as a strategy.
Yeah, and again, don't forget, that's the reason why modern controls are only penalized on special moves and supers for 80% damage there. They lose 20% of their damage. Now, the interesting thing about this is I feel like we need to play more modern controls because who knows, maybe the 20% turns out to not be enough of a deficit, or it might be too much, right? Like we need to figure this out. So hopefully we have more people continuing to explore the modern controls.
Yeah, and I really love, the point that you brought up a while ago. That I have to imagine was a DP first, and then he just got the crouch fierce. So, yeah, unfortunate for Uriel right now. He's paying heavily, especially with that suppressor open up to follow-up. Oh, no. The meaty drive impact. That was a 3-touch round, fam. Try again next time.
Off of one EXDP bait, even if he hadn't had the execution.
Luke. Oh, okay, Luke. I didn't know my man had moves like that. That's how we getting down in Paris?
Oh, man. Okay. And I mean, this is a tough one. Can Uriel recover? Because that's a mentally tough round to lose for Uriel. Can he recover for this? He is not rolling back, by the way, off of those throws.
Nah, he wants to stay close to get that crouch medium kick that we just saw. Gets the corner carry off of it as well. Tried to throw bait, but Uriel, you cannot test this man's reactions. He is ready.
He's on modern controls again. It's like, you know, that's the thing. And this is the tricky part, right? Because the nice thing about having modern controls, hang on a second. Oh, that's it right there.
Domination in game 3.
Here's the problem, right?
Man.
One of the reasons why some people can have trouble reacting with the DI, as Solvng 3-0's Uriel over here, is that DI is a completely different move. Your brain is not on DI. Sometimes you're not thinking about it. But the problem is when you're on modern controls and you have